Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's video I'm going to talk about how to actually go about building a watch list. So today is January 13th. Monday is going to be a holiday for Martin Luther King. Um, so let's take a look and see how you're going to create a watch list, which is a bit more actionable for the week. And hopefully we can find some good ideas. First, you want to take a look at is, of course, there's a couple of sectors that I like to trade. Or let's say sectors which I do not like to trade are basic materials, utilities, and industrials. Everything else I will trade. Even financials, I'm not really a big fan of trading financials because these ones are a bit harder to trade. So selected the couple of sectors I'd like to trade. Let's do stocks only, not looking to trade ETFs. Average volume, over 500,000 shares is usually a fairly liquid stock. Stocks have to be optionable and shortable. Let's say optionable, so I can try to trade stocks, or actually just leave it as it is. I can trade stocks and trade options depending on how they structure. Let's look at some of the technical indicators we want to take a look at. Of course, price opportunity. Since I'm trading on a shorter time frame, I want to trade stocks which is above the 20-day moving average. We want to go in the direction of the trend. Hopefully, it's over the 50-day moving average, and for the stock to be above the 200-day moving average as well. The RSI, looking forward to be over 50, which means I want to look at strong stocks. Under 50 would be stocks with the weaker stocks. That's how I categorize it. Then we want to see stocks which are up last week. So something which was up last week, hopefully we're looking for some continuation for it for this week. ATR, we're looking at over 0.75 because I want to trade stocks which actually have a decent range. So if you look at it, at the beginning, you will have, on a regular screener, you'll have about 7,000 stocks. After we do all this criteria with the RSI, the weekly, the moving averages, the ATRs, and which sectors I want to trade, we actually come down to 321 stocks, right? So now I think it's a bit more attainable in terms of which stocks I want to trade. So taking a look at, let's go through the charts. So because I'll be looking at the higher time frame chart, I'll be looking at a weekly chart. It's kind of key to see what's going on the weekly one. I will use daily as an entry and exit. Weekly will be my direction. So only 300 charts. Let's see how many pages is in there. About 3 pages. So let's take a look. So a couple of things I want to see is either our stock going up, consolidating, and hopefully it breaks back, or for us, so either a pullback or I want to see stock consolidate highs and trade a breakout, right? So with SYNA, SYNA, I mean, last week was actually a really big week, so I'm not sure how much legs it has. VIAB is running into this consolidation. Kodak, nothing. PTCT already had this big move. So a few things to understand is if the stock already had a big move last week, chances of it having another big week is less likely. You want to have stocks which have gone up some decent percentage. I'll take a look at and show you what I mean. But it's some things like this which has already gone up so much so fast. I mean, can it go up? Possibly could, but in terms of probability, it's kind of lower, right? So SGMO, just a whipsaw on here. DDS, sideways action. YY, for example, YY the week before had pretty good week, right? And then this one is still moved up, but then not a really bigger candle, right? So let's take a look at what else we have. ESPR, Beat, Pace, iRobot, right? So something like iRobot, which had a decent week the week before. So last week it still has a room to move, at least up to 90, right? So now you're seeing a range being formed, and there's actually a room for it to go. YAMC, so last week the week before was a decent week, broke out last week. STX, nothing to do. KSS, nothing to do. Twitter, nothing to do. SMTC, Zen, right? You have this up move, a sideways consolidation. The week before is a small week up, and last week is you had this breakout, right? SRPT, not really sure how to actually go and trade this stock, but actually looks okay. Weight Watcher, again a big week, right? So if you see after all the big weeks, chances kind of tames off, right? Same thing like big week tames off, big week tames off, big week tames off. So it's kind of that's really the theory is. So last stocks to take a look at. See which one we would like as actionable for next week. JWN. So JWN looks like it's coming off the bottom, right? This $50 level looks like it was a key level, and last week it did break through it. Next consolidation probably is around $60. So I'll put JWN on my watch for next week. And charts, candles, monthly. Right. So monthly is not the greatest. On the weekly, it kind of looks okay, right? It broke through this $50 level. And on a daily front, it's a bit extended. So maybe some kind of consolidation before we make another move. That would be preferable. 3 days up, right? Not the greatest, right? 3 days up, kind of consolidation before it makes another move. Same thing, I would look at JWN, same thing. Broke this 50, hopefully another pullback to $50 region before it actually goes up to 60. So there's one candidate to look at. PXL, MSI, Yelp, already 3 days up. Too much consolidation on here. So something like DLTR is something I'll be looking at, right? A nice move up, nice consolidation, and the week, 2 weeks before had a nice move up, and just a nice follow through this week. Bison looks okay. So I'm looking for really clean charts to see which one makes the most amount of sense. BURL, OLI, AAP, CNC. So UAL, most of the airlines had a really good week last week, right? KSU, it's a bit chip chop. And so FND looks really good to me, right? If you see this move from $40 to $50, a $10 move, now we have a sideways consolidation. So let's take a look at what's going on with FND. All right, so weekly looks good, nice up, 2 weeks of consolidation. I don't really know whether it's gonna break through or not, but overall the picture looks good, right? Let's look at the monthly. Monthly generally moves about $10, right? So this week hasn't moved $10. For the month hasn't moved $10 yet, but it looks like a good candidate, right? Maybe it moves one more week, couple more weeks side, breaks through this 50, and then maybe start going. So that's something I'll be watching for next week. Actually, I really like this candidate over here. If it can break through this $50 level. If you see last time when it broke this $45 level, it went up $5, right? So once it breaks key levels, it's a big mover. HTP, sideways, PetSmart had this up move 2 weeks back, had this consolidation, broke through this 50, already went. Autodesk, again a side move consolidation, broke through. PWA, CDK, CAR, once again, nice up move, sideways consolidation, pull back over 45, went nicely. Macy's, not so much. DAL already had a big move. Amazon, after a nice consolidation, broke out last week. Good. ALGN, nice upside move. 2 weeks before was good. Followed through this week. ANTM, MLNX. This 8CA looks good as well. You see this nice up move, this nice consolidation. Maybe if it breaks through $90, maybe it can have another move. So I'll put 8CA on here. That's on a weekly. You can see this, right? On a monthly, they are pretty strong charts as well. What I don't like is this is kind of this is a monthly chart that's forming, right? I'm not sure how much leg it still have. Weekly looks okay, right? Nice consolidation. So I'll take a look at it. Then you have GPS. Had this one move, second move. Maybe it has one more move in it. Let's put it on scan. So don't really like the monthly on this one, but weekly looks okay. I'll watch it, but just knowing the higher time frame makes a bit more sense. ILMN, Hubs, HT, TXN, Wing, WSM, Netflix. So we had a nice up move, nice follow through. TJ Maxx, Flexon, Microsoft, Google, RCL, Amgen, CAVM, MOH, nice remove, BIVV, solid move over here, PKI, ATVI, FDNT, NTAP. So again, up move, consolidation, 204 is good, nice follow through. LYV, DEC, ST, Google, IVI, Halo. So you guys are getting an understanding of what kind of stocks I'm looking to watch. Something which has already made an up move, a sideways consolidation to a pullback or a breakout, something I want to trade. Something which is already too expansive like this is something I do not want to trade. Because I mean, if the last whole week was about buying, I mean, can this week still be about buying? Possibly could, but chances of it coming rolling back over is kind of higher, right? WRK, Yum, GPC, Disca, Disney. Shutterfly, HRS, Costco. So I like this Costco trade as well. This Costco. Right, so if you look at this Costco trade, let's blow this up. So when I take a look at this Costco trade, what I really find is it has this on the weekly front, right? On the weekly front, you had the stock just consolidating over here. So price moved up from 160 to 195, whatever it is, and then it started doing consolidation, right? Now they were consolidating over here, right over this 185.50 level. Right? So last week it actually broke through this level, came right back up, and it actually closed almost at the high. The previous week was 192.30, and this one was, so it's pretty close, exactly the highs. Right, so next week I will be looking for some kind of follow through. This is a nice bull flag out here, so I will definitely look at Costco for next week. If we can break through this bull flag, chances are we have a runner on hand. Disc, INSM, LGF, ODFL, WB. So WB, look at this, came back, held. So maybe some kind of follow through next week, all right? Because every now and then it has this up move, pull back, up move. This was a bit of a shakeout, right? After this, people thought it was going to roll over, came right back up, shot right through, came back, and now it's more of a consolidation. Maybe another up move on WB. Let's look on the daily chart. Daily chart is excellent, moving a sideways consolidation over here. Couldn't have asked for more. Monthly generally moves about $20. Has already moved about $20 this week. So I'll watch WB. It looks pretty good as well. Oshkosh. Right, Oshkosh looks good as well. Right, you have this regular up move, nice consolidation over here. Oh, where's this Oshkosh? Let's look on the monthly chart. Monthlies look nice and tight. Okay, so on the first page, I actually end up with about 6-7 names. Let's look at page number 2. Rosters have already gone. Hertz, nothing much. Nothing much. Nothing much. Yeah, nothing much. Nothing. 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 F Gen. Let me take a look at this F Gen. All right. Weekly, monthly. So monthly, it had this move from $20 to $60. Kim did a pullback on a weekly run. Kind of looks okay, right? I mean, it tried to break this 450 2 weeks before. Had this of a shakeout, so everybody got shook out. Maybe the second time it goes. I'll keep a watch on it. Data is doing a nice consolidation down here as well. So right now I'm just making a preliminary list to see what all I like. I will break down and take a look at a bit more when I create my trading plan to see which one I actually want to trade. Right now it's more of a preliminary one. ADP looks good as well, 110 to 120, sideways. Right, ADP, weekly, monthly. Yeah, monthly looks good as well. Just moving with the sideways consolidation on here. So I'll watch this ADP as well. ADP looks good. Right, nice consolidation over this 115 and 120 level. CRM, Apple. So Apple had these moves over here, right? The second move, not really sure about these ones. Then you have Team. Team looks pretty good, right? Went from 35 to 55, had a big back end. Tuesday is good. Now any other consolidation. The Team looks pretty good. Let's look at Team. EA, BC, XS, TPX, ACAR, ESRX, MSCC, INTU, Dollar General, Tiffany, CSX. So just going through the list on it quickly to see what we can do for next week. Fast. Not really sure how fast trades on a daily basis, but you know what? Chart looks good. I'll watch it. Garmin, Ren, Home Depot, BRSK, RMD, BDX, Maxim, GIII, Walmart, Lauren, LUV. LUV is an airline stock, right? You see the UAL, DAL doing really well. LUV. I'll take a look at this LUV as well. So I've narrowed down 13 stocks. Doesn't mean that I'm going to trade all 13, but I definitely want to start building this up. ALNY looks good as well. Looks at under this $140 level. It's doing a consolidation. Big up moves recently, right? So I'll watch it. Just because I'm watching it doesn't mean that I'm going to trade it, but definitely want to put it on my radars. So that if it goes, then I know what's going on here, right? TMO, nice consolidation, up move. Say Johnson & Johnson, nice move, right? Upside, come back, retrace, nice 2 weeks before, good volume, nice push through. So this is how we make the short list. I like this LVS as well. The only problem is the week before was at a pretty big volume, so something to take a look at. Maybe it has one more follow through, but usually on big after a big week, it should only have a small follow through, right? Big week, small follow through. Something to take note of. I like this EXPD as well. After a nice up move, consolidated over here last week. You can see the volume over here was pretty high. Maybe a follow through candidate. Right. Restoration Hardware, URI, LW, Now, and UPS. Nice follow through last week. PKI, Black Eyed Peppers. PII. GT. FedEx. Nice moves. SPLK. Alright. Let's take a look at a few more. JBHT trucking. So this looks like it just came out of this consolidation. What this might move for. We'll watch this. Let's see if it has a follow through or not. PGP, Guild, ADMS, THO, Red Hat, Fidelity. GM Motors looks pretty strong over here, right? Up move 35 to 45. Consolidation. Not the my kind of stock to trade. I'll watch this. Yeah, run test. It's going through faster. BWD. Alright, don't see much on here. Not sure why this stock went. Versus resorts and casinos. I do like Win as well. It was one of the followed a bunch of people on Twitter and they were watching. And I'm not really sure why this stock didn't come out my radar. The average volume is good. ATR is good. Moving averages, it's above the 200, the 50, and the 20. Right. Average volume is high. The week it should be up. For the week it's up. It's up to 164. 1.87. Not sure why this stock didn't show up on this radar, but this is a really good name I want to watch as well. Win. So overall, I end up with about 18 names. Doesn't matter I'm gonna trade all of them or not. I have my theory on these ones. JWN come down to 50. FND breaks through 50. HCA is a bit dicey one. Maybe quick pop over 90 and quick trade. Same through with GPS, right? Oshkosh is more of going to be a grinder. You can see the candles on here, more of a grinder. WB was going to be a quick one. Costco, I'll move probably till 200. The reason I like Win really is, if you look at this stock, right, in the weekly tab 140, So every time it kind of actually a pullback before it starts going through. Again, this is a pullback. Hopefully it follows through. FGen, I'll have to take a look at FGen properly. Data, ADP, team. Team is something I like as well. LVS I like. So these are the names that I'll be watching at. You can put these 18 names on your radars. Something I will be watching this week, and if I find some good areas for it to break through, then I will most likely be trading these names. Any questions, hit me up and follow me on Twitter. All my Twitter and YouTube is on here. And please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share the video. Have a good one.